The United States is divided into three major electric grids: Eastern, Western, and ERCOT. Of those three, the ERCOT grid is the only one that does not cross state lines. While this grid is contained within the state, it does not cover all of Texas. The Panhandle and a group of other regions could not draw or send power downstate until a network of power lines, known as the CREZ line, was built.
Our electrical system has nothing to do with Texas. And that's what led to these CREZ lines, which was to get the electricity from our region, which was a total separate electric grid, down to where the bulk of Texas is.
This network of power lines stretches out 3,600 miles and allows for energy to be collected in areas with abundant wind and sent to power cities with greater demand. Once the CREZ line was completed, the growth of wind farms in the Panhandle increased exponentially and allowed Texas to lead the nation in renewable wind energy. Scott Creech is the facility manager for Pattern Panhandle Wind, which was the first farm to connect to the CREZ line. He says while the potential for wind is huge, support from the state and federal government are vital in growing this industry.
The wind industry is, really still in its infancy compared to all the other energy producers. But just right now we are working on a 5-year phase out of our tax credits, of our government assistance.
Since the completion of the CREZ line, the wind industry has grown in spurts. It will sharply increase or flatline depending on the government's fiscal policy.
Whenever the federal tax credits are turned off or limited or allowed to expire and then turned back on, it really chops the industry from growing. We had the state support, we had the resource, we had the good winds, we had plenty of land, but without this little tax incentive, it's hard to get it financed.
Unlike coal and natural gas, the wind does not always blow. On average, 20% of the electricity on the ERCOT grid is from wind energy. This contribution can be as low as 0 or as high as almost half the power. However, experts say wind will never be able to fully replace the other forms of energy.
This is also the caution. How high can we run this? How much wind can we put on before the grid starts getting unstable?
Despite these concerns and the hundreds of millions of dollars it costs to install a wind farm, experts say companies continue to build because in the long run, these turbines become profitable for everyone involved.